And we are live once again. Good evening, folks. Mobile Geezer and Ted here from TED Talks. And I thought we were going to have Josh from Daze One, but this would have only been his second time, and he hasn't shown up yet. So if he shows up, then we'll pop him in.
And
But tonight's Friday night TED Talk, and we're glad to have you all with us. Let me give the rundown. Nigel, of course, was first. That was at what time? 6:34 p.m. And that was right after I put it up. And then Eleanor, who he calls Big Sis, she said, me and my little brother, first two people on board. After that, it was Alan from Phone Tech at Work. And then Brian came in. He's always very faithful. And then Mario came in. I like Mario. Let's see. Actually, I like all of you. But there's something, but Mario follows me on Facebook, I think. And oh, yeah, he might be watching me from Facebook. No, he's watching me on. So I don't see anybody watching on Facebook at the moment.
yeah, it shows YouTube icons on all these spaces.
Yeah.
Please
So, yeah, of course, even if somebody is watching on Facebook, I'm not going to know it unless they put a comment in. So I hope everybody had a good week. I had a good week, and it was really cold here yesterday morning and the day before. It was like 24 degrees both mornings. I forgot to put my watch on silent. My watch is telling me George Hayes is live on Facebook.
Which watch is that, by the way?
This
Apple?
is
The
no,
SE?
this is the Samsung Galaxy 3. But I alternate them. One day I wear the Samsung, one day I wear the Apple. I just go back and forth.
Okay.
And I had a good week too because I walked into work Wednesday. I work Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I walked into work Wednesday morning, and the first thing she said to me was, "You want to go to Knoxville?" Well, that's a 120-mile drive. I'm like, "Yeah." So I got to go there and back on Wednesday morning, and then Thursday morning I got to do the same thing all over again. So I drove about 400 and some miles both days.
So that's like a two hours for you to get there?
Hour and 40 minutes, 45 minutes. Of course, I'm on I-75, and I tend to stick right on 75 all the way.
Mm.
And unlike my coworkers, I don't stop to go to bed. I don't stop. If I'm driving, that's what I do.
You heard that here, ladies and gentlemen.
But I'm,
He
to
don't
this
stop.
day, to this
Won't
day,
stop.
you hit certain
Can't
parts
stop.
of the highway and you hear the wheels starting to hum out. I love that sound. I mean,
Old
you're
man
not going to
for
meet
life.
anybody who loves driving the way I do. I love the sound of driving, the feel of driving, everything about it. All right, we ready for our first story?
Yeah, sure.
See if I can pull it up. I'm going to try to pull it up. If my computer's going to act nice today, all right, I'm going to share screen.
Oh, Nigel's asking what size Galaxy Watch 3.
Oh, I got the smaller. What's it coming? 44 and 48. I got the 44. I think it's 44. And it still looks pretty big to me. So, I mean, it certainly looks from my wrist. Okay, so why? Oh, that's good. The wrong screen. Stop sharing.
I thought you were about to go under. Are you sure this is your channel?
Yeah, why wouldn't it be my channel? Yes, I am sure it was my channel.
I'm looking at your show notes. I'm looking at the website, on your website, mobilegeezer.wordpress. And it was like, to keep up with everything Mobile Geezer, my main outlet is my YouTube channel. And the end of the domain, it ends in mkbh RUDA. I was like, wait, what?
That's the channel. That's what YouTube assigned me, what, 5 years ago, 4.5 years ago, whatever it was. Okay, first story. It's going to be about Qualcomm's new Snapdragon 888 processor. It says it will power the Android flagships of 2021. Now, I took this story from the first day of Qualcomm's event, so I don't have a follow-up story for the second day. There's my stupid phone. About a minute after we start, 2 minutes after we start. Okay. So this is the first look at the chipset that will power 2021's best Android phones. Qualcomm has officially announced the Snapdragon 888 at its Snapdragon Tech Summit, offering a first look at its next-generation flagship smartphone processor. The 888 will power the next wave of 2021 Android flagships from companies like Samsung, OnePlus, LG, Sony, and more.
I find it weird that they said Samsung when they weren't actually confirmed as on the Qualcomm video.
Oh, they weren't? Okay, I didn't know that.
When they listed all the tech companies that was going to have the phone, Samsung wasn't on there. It was the only U.S. ones or vendors that sell in the U.S. was Motorola and LG.
Okay, that's interesting. But Samsung's they're going to be all over that. And Samsung, the way the rumors are about the S21, I was thinking it may be the first flagship phone of 2021.
Yeah, that's the thing, though. Maybe that's why they weren't listed on there. Maybe they're going to go with the Exynos. Because
in the U.S., everybody hates the Exynos in the U.S. and in England.
I mean, like the chip was just announced, and Samsung usually releases the Galaxy S in February. So,
well, they're supposed to release it in January this time. Supposedly, that's the rumor anyway. But you're right; they may not have had time. But wouldn't you think that Qualcomm would have been, they would have had access to it months ago?
Then why wasn't Samsung's name on there?
Huh. Yeah, that is strange. You may be right. Maybe there just wasn't time. Okay. In a first for the company's top-of-the-line 8 series chipsets, the Snapdragon 888 is making a big improvement for 5G. It'll finally offer a fully integrated 5G modem, unlike last year's Snapdragon 865, which required that manufacturers include a separate modem chip inside the cramped interior of a modern smartphone. I thought that was so unfair of Qualcomm to do that, to make them get a separate modem last year, and I'm sure it had a lot to do with why the 5G phones were so expensive. So we'll see, because hopefully they won't be as expensive.
Yeah, that was the reason why it was expensive.
Yeah, because they didn't. And I gather from articles I saw back then, there were some manufacturers that balked at having to put that separate chip in there to get the 5G.
That's why the 765 was so popular.
Yeah. So anyway, hopefully we'll get some of the benefits of a better price. The Snapdragon 888 will feature Qualcomm's X60 modem announced earlier this year, which jumps to a 5-nanometer process. I love that. For better power efficiency and improvements for 5G carrier aggregation across the mmWave and sub-6 bands of the spectrum. I didn't think anybody was going to, put one out this soon that would include all the bands, which I think is great. Between the new 5-nanometer...
doesn't the iPhone do that, though?
Maybe you're right. But practically nobody else does at the moment. I think you might be right about the iPhone. Between a new 5-nanometer architecture and the power efficiency gains from an integrated modem, the new chip looks to offer substantial battery improvements when it comes to 5G. In addition to the 5G, wait, I went too far. Okay. In addition to the 5G improvements, Qualcomm also teased several other advances coming to the Snapdragon 888, including the company's 6th-gen AI engine running on a redesigned Qualcomm Hexagon processor, which promises a big jump in performance and power efficiency for AI tasks. The new Snapdragon 888 will feature the most significant upgrade in Qualcomm Adreno GPU performance. The specifics on what kind of improvements are coming are yet to be announced. Lastly, Qualcomm previewed the new photography features that the Snapdragon 888 will enable, including the ability to shoot roughly, get this, 120 photos per second. That blew my mind. At 12 megapixel resolution, thanks to the updated ISP, which is up to 35% faster.
Oh.
Per Qualcomm's usual practice, today's announcement is just a first look at the Snapdragon 888. A more comprehensive overview of the specs and improvements being offered with this year's chipset will arrive in the Snapdragon Tech Summit's second day of keynotes on December 2nd, which was day before yesterday. And given Qualcomm's near total dominance when it comes to providing chips for almost every major smartphone in the US, the debut of the Snapdragon 888 isn't just a first look at Qualcomm's latest advances, it's a preview of what to expect from phones like Samsung's Galaxy S21. So they're specifically mentioning it here, lineup and other top Android phones for 2021 too. We'll have additional details on the Snapdragon 888 tomorrow, and I don't have the next one. So check back for more information soon. So let me stop sharing this one. And this was The Verge, right? Let me go see if I can find the second day, see if they wrote a second day column on it. What are you researching?
I'm looking at the guy who wrote the article, see if he's any good.
Oh, he works for The Verge. I would think he's got to be some kind of good.
That Verge is for fake media.
Oh, that's what you consider The Verge? Okay. That's the one I have. Let's see. Okay, yeah, I've got. Okay, here's the follow-up. Okay, so I'm going to share screen. You don't mind if I just read this one, do you?
Go ahead.
Okay, because I haven't even seen this one before. So this is the follow-up. I did it again. Let's try it again. There we go.
Ah, he seems that okay.
Okay, so this is the follow-up article for the second day. Okay, he is good. You approve. Ted approves of the author. Okay. Qualcomm's new Snapdragon 888 promises faster speeds, better cameras, and more powerful AI. Well, he said that in the first article. Here are the details. Qualcomm teased the Snapdragon 888, its latest 5G-equipped flagship smartphone processor, on the first day of its Snapdragon Tech Summit. But at the Day 2 keynote, the company provided all of the details on the new chipset, which will be the brains powering almost every major 2021 Android flagship. First off, the basic specs. The new processor will feature Qualcomm's new Cairo 680 CPU, which will be one of the first devices to feature ARM's latest customized Cortex X1 core, and promises up to 25% higher performance than last year's chip, with a maximum clock speed of 2.84 gigahertz. At the company's new Adreno 660 GPU promises a 35% jump on graphics rendering, and what it says is the biggest performance leap for its GPUs yet. The new CPU and GPU are also more power efficient compared to those on the Snapdragon 875, with a 25% improvement for the Cairo 680 and a 20% improvement on the Adreno 660. Another key difference between the Snapdragon 888 and last year's 865 is that Qualcomm has finally integrated its 5G modem directly into the SoC. That means manufacturers won't have to deal with finding the space and power for the second external modem. Specifically, the Snapdragon 888 will feature Qualcomm's 5-nanometer XSC modem, which the company announced back in February, and it will enable better carrier aggregation and download speeds up to 7.5 Gbps on new devices. The Snapdragon 888 will also support Wi-Fi 6 as well as the new 6 gigahertz Wi-Fi 6E standard, which should boost that rollout by making it the default on most Android flagships. That's what I thought. I remember when they announced the 6E stuff, and I would have thought everybody would be jumping to it pretty quick. As is tradition for a Snapdragon update, Qualcomm is also putting a big emphasis on its camera improvements. The new Spectra 580 ISP is the first from Qualcomm to feature a triple ISP, allowing it to do things like capture 3 simultaneous 4K HDR video streams, that's cool, or 3 28 megapixel photos at once at up to 2.7 gigapixels per second, 35% faster than last year. That's fast. It also offers improved burst capabilities and is capable of capturing up to 120 photos in a single second at a 10 megapixel resolution. Lastly, the upgraded ISP adds computational HBR to 4K videos, an improved low-light capture architecture, and the option to shoot photos in 10-bit color in HEIF. Does anybody use HEIF other than Apple? Do you know, Ted?
I think I know LG does.
Okay. Oh, I think my Nokia 9 PureView might too. Okay.
Actually, hold on. No. For yeah, I think the LG I think the V60 does for photos.
Okay. Yeah, and I think the Nokia 9 PureView did too.
But
I was
everyone
just
else
curious.
is just everyone else is just JPEGs
You're right.
and RAWs.
That said, it'll be up to phone manufacturers to build cameras that can take advantage of the new features. And these sound like some pretty heavy-duty features. The final major changes come in AI performance thanks to Qualcomm's new Hexagon 780 AI processor. The Snapdragon 888 features Qualcomm's 6th generation AI engine, which it promises will help improve everything from computational photography to gaming to voice assistant performance. The Snapdragon 888 can perform 26 trillion operations per second, wow, compared to 15 tops on the Snapdragon 865, while delivering 3 times better power efficiency. Additionally, Qualcomm is promising big improvements on both Scalar and Tensor AI tasks as part of these upgrades. The Snapdragon 888 also features the 2nd generation Qualcomm Sensing Hub, a dedicated low-power AI processor for smaller hardware-based tasks, like identifying when you raise your phone to light up the display. The new 2nd-gen Sensing Hub is dramatically improved, which means the phone will be able to rely less on the main Hexagon processor for those tasks. Sounds pretty efficient. All of this adds up to a substantial boost in Qualcomm's and therefore nearly every Android flagship's capabilities for what our smartphones will be able to do. The first Snapdragon 888 smartphones are expected to show up in early 2021, which means it won't be long before we'll be able to try out the next generation of Android flagships for ourselves. It sounds awfully impressive. What do you think?
Yeah, I can't wait. Actually,
Okay.
I probably can't wait. It sounds good. Yeah, sounds good.
And the fact that in the first article they actually mentioned Samsung says to me, I'm guessing we should be seeing it.
I don't know.
You're not buying it yet, huh? You got to see it to believe it.
I'm gonna see it to believe it. I don't know. Samsung's doing a lot of changes next year.
Yeah, but they're not going to throw that. What's their processor?
They're not gonna use their own processor.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Nobody likes it. That's just my opinion. Okay. All right, let me see what we got for comments. Nigel's asking me what size. Oh, wait, I already answered
You
that.
already answered that.
Yeah, Brian says, hope the 888 causes prices to drop a bit. Yeah, and I'm thinking since they're not paying for two separate modems, I hope so. And then he follows that up with $1,000 for phones is too much.
Yeah.
Okay, and then in your comment, which hopefully that's true. All right, we ready to go to the second story, which will be yours?
Funny enough about that. Yeah, sure. Actually,
Okay, all right. I'm sharing the screen. Go ahead.
I noticed on your thing, like they kept, pushing the spectacles thing. I was thinking, why is that?
What spectacles thing?
You didn't notice the spectacles? I guess you don't see the ads when you read the article.
Oh no, I just don't pay any attention to them. That's all.
Okay. I actually listened to those ads, and I got one. Haha.
Um, oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah, when
Well,
an ad
show
tells
it
you
to
to get
us.
something, it's right here.
Okay.
You want me
And
to put them
do you
on?
like them? Yeah, go for it. Let's see.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's
Style
exactly.
for us, brother. Style for it. Oh,
It's
actually, you look kind of good.
exactly like the ad.
You look kind of good in
Very good.
those. You look
Yeah.
like a younger, handsomer Ray Charles.
Ooh, just
Now
for
you
that.
got to figure out if that was a compliment or an insult, right?
You know what? Let me play something.
There you go.
Ooh. Anyway.
You should have done the Blues Brothers. I heard about the fellas you've been dancing with. I liked how you look on them. They probably wouldn't look that cool on me, but they look cool on you.
Yeah,
So
they are. They do look
what
fun.
are they? Just tell us about the glasses. What about them? What do they do?
Oh, yeah. Didn't you hear about spectacles? You remember?
I
When the
vaguely
first
just tell me. I'm old.
Remember
Remember?
in Vegas? I showed them to you when we were in Vegas. But yeah, they're just they take 10-second videos. You press and hold them. They can take 3D
Oh, that's
photos.
right. You did show them to me in Vegas. That was a long time ago, man.
Yeah, and that's the third generation.
Okay.
If
So
you
now,
run up, yeah, they're made by Snapchat, and if you want to buy, well, they're made by Snap,
right.
who makes Snapchat, and if you want to buy them, $380. If you have the first generation, you can trade them in and buy it for $250.
Did you have the first generation?
Yeah, that's what you saw in Vegas.
Okay, yeah, but did you trade in to get these?
Yep, and I was
you
lucky
did?
too, because mine were broken.
Okay, so what did it cost you with the trade-in?
$250.
Okay, worth it?
No,
Or you haven't decided yet? Oh,
no,
you said
not
no
really worth
right
it.
Okay.
I'm returning it. Uh,
Okay.
if you're buying something just to help you tell a story, and you can have it hands-free, then I would recommend getting just version 2, which you can get for $150 or $200, depending on which
Oh, that's a lot
frames you
better.
get.
Okay.
And they're waterproof. You can actually go in the water with them. These you can't. Annoying.
Really? And they're charging that much more money?
Yep, just because they have 2 cameras, because of
Okay.
3D, which isn't much of a selling point. But yeah, expect my review on it, guys. Subscribe so I can tell you more about it.
Yeah, make sure you subscribe to TED Talks, folks.
Thank you. So which one am I?
Okay, now I'm going to share the screen for the second story.
Was that you said the Cyber Monday,
Samsung.
but okay, the Samsung.
The Samsung Galaxy Note line. All right, whenever you're ready, it's up. And this is also on The Verge.
Also by Chaim Gartenberg. Jeez.
Same guy.
Yeah, same guy.
I'm glad you said he was good then.
Because you think so. Samsung rumored to discontinue Galaxy Note line, add stylus support to Galaxy 2021 Galaxy S and Z Fold. The writings on the wall.
There you go. See, you went that way. My mind went to all we are is just another brick in the wall. But I've sung that in band, so maybe that's why. Okay.
Samsung will reportedly discontinue its Galaxy Note phone in 2021. according to Reuters, as the company contends with falling demand for pricey smartphones caused by the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. I would have thought they caused it, making the phone more and more expensive, and
Well,
then,
yeah, and as soon as I read that, my mind said it's not just COVID-21. People, they've been writing articles for like 2 or 3 years now that people don't want to pay as much. That's why the budget phones are getting more and more popular. So it's not just COVID-19.
yeah. And then, they kept muddying the waters with a crappier Galaxy Note, and then, the more expensive Galaxy
Yeah.
Note. Instead, the company set to focus on its flagship Galaxy S lineup of phones with Galaxy foldables like the Z Flip and Z Fold will take place of the Galaxy Note as the Samsung's more experimental premium devices complete with an optional stylus accessory.
Did you catch an optional, which means you don't pay for it now?
Yeah, but I guess that means you don't if you don't like it, you don't have to use their stylus. You
Yeah.
can use anyone's
For
stylus.
me, I probably wouldn't buy the stylus because I have 3 styluses and I never use them.
Mhm. The idea that Samsung will stop selling the Galaxy Note lines of phones in favor of the Galaxy S models makes a lot of sense. In the earlier years of the Note, the two lines of the phones were distinct. The Galaxy models were smaller, more mainstream, while comparatively massive Note lineup hewed closely to a tablet, complete with iconic stylus that helps us set it apart. But the Note's success in popularizing big screen phones may have proved to be its undoing. When the original Galaxy Note was introduced in 2021, its then massive
No,
5.3
no,
inch.
no. Introduced in 2011.
No?
You said 2021.
Oh, yeah, introduced in 2011. Its then massive 5.3-inch display let it tower over the phones. 5.3 inch. Oh, well,
Yeah, that was huge. Remember, everybody said it was way too big and it would never sell. Remember?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. If only that was true for all things, huh? Like the 4.3-inch Galaxy S2 that Samsung had released in 2011. But fast forward to 2020, and phones like the Galaxy 20 Ultra and the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra are effectively competing against each other for the same audience with far more similar specs, screen sizes, and functionality. And an area where the Samsung is already developing and shipping cheaper models in the near months, like the Galaxy S20 FE, which released earlier this year to directly respond to consumers' demand for lower cost mid-range phone that offered some of Samsung's more premium features. It's hard to
I,
justify the existence of a second lineup of flagships.
I don't know
That's
that I'd call the SE a mid-ranger, though. Would you?
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like he's just adding words to his article. He should have just
Yeah,
said lower cost
exactly.
phones.
I think it's a flagship phone that's a little bit cheaper to me.
Uh, it's still up in the air whether he's a good what is
Oh,
it
a lot of people, some people.
reporter.
Oh, he's a good. Okay, I got you.
Great if he's a great reporter. I'm sure he's a good guy.
Okay.
The other factor is the Galaxy Note lineup just isn't that special anymore. In prior years, Samsung used the Note to experiment with some of its bolder and more interesting new innovations and design changes. For instance, the Note helped popularize the Edge display, that is true, the Galaxy Note Edge, and featured larger swappable batteries, an IR blaster, the removal of the SD card slot. Ooh, I don't know why that had to happen. And several generations of Galaxy hardware. Does the Galaxy S20 not have the SD card slot?
No.
They
No, I'm
don't?
sorry. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Sorry. Yes, it does.
Okay. Then, oh no, it was the cheap Galaxy Note that removed the SD micro SD card slot.
Okay, that makes
That's
sense. Yeah,
what.
'cause this
Yeah,
thing
that.
has the card slot. Yes.
Yeah, it was the cheap Galaxy Note that removed the card. So that's what people. But it's the role of the Samsung's futuristic test platform that has been wholly usurped by foldable phones like the Galaxy Z phone, which also doesn't have the micro SD card slot,
Right.
which promise meaningful bigger displays than the traditional Galaxy S and Note lineups and kind of bold new hardware that used to be the calling card of the Note. Add a stylus, which Samsung is reportedly planning to offer as an optional accessory, and the Z Fold lineup is practically a perfect heir to the Note lineup's unique strengths.
That kind of makes sense to me.
Yeah, true, true, true. Yeah, Galaxy Z Fold is good for productivity, multitasking, and it can do it better than the Note.
Yeah. Now, see, if I were going to get a Samsung Fold, I would get the Z Flip. That would just be me, though. But if you like a big phone, you can't do much bigger than the
Z Fold.
Fold. Exactly. So interesting. I'm surprised nobody's commenting.
It's because we're just.
Speak up, guys and girls.
They just like to hear our smooth voices as we read through this article. Just relax as we take you through the stories that happened in the tech sphere this week.
Of course, you made my mind go smooth operator. Okay.
What's the next story, George?
The next story is Cyber Monday. Okay. Let's share the proper screen. Cyber Monday. Oh, this is on CNET, by the way. Cyber Monday shoppers spent a record $10.8 billion online. Monday was the largest online shopping day in U.S. history, according to Adobe Analytics.
Why do we think that is?
Because a lot of people can't go out. A lot of people are afraid to go out. So it makes perfect sense. Keep in mind that the whole online shopping thing had been increasing for 5-6 years now. But with COVID, I think that put it well over the top. Don't you think?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, yeah.
People looking to take advantage of online deals spent a record $10.8 billion during Cyber Monday, according to data from Adobe Analytics. That's a 15.1% increase over the $9.4 billion people spent last year, making Cyber Monday 2020 the largest online shopping day in U.S. history. And I bet you that couldn't even come close to Singles Day in China, because it's by far the biggest shopping day on earth.
Yeah, I just got some of my stuff in from Singles Day. Oh, don't even get me started. I ordered this wallet. I ordered this passport wallet from I'll tell you after the story.
Yeah, let's finish the story and then show it. Yeah, we want to see it. During the golden hours of Cyber Monday between 7 p.m. and 11 p.m. Pacific time, shoppers spent $2.7 billion online and hit a peak purchase rate, get this, of $12 million a minute, according to Adobe. That's some spending, bro.
That is spending.
$12 million a minute. Cyber Monday continued to dominate the holiday shopping season, becoming the biggest online shopping day in U.S. history, despite early discounts from retailers, said Taylor Schreiner, director of Adobe Digital Insights. Throughout the remainder of the holiday season, we expect to see record sales continue and curbside pickup to gain even more momentum as shoppers avoid crowds and potential shipping delays. Yeah, my first few curbside pickups were at Best Buy when I was in Florida, and I found it extremely convenient and very quick and easy.
Also, it's also a console year, so maybe that also ties into it as well.
It could be. Black Friday, the annual shopping event the day after Thanksgiving, also broke records this year with $9 billion in online spending, according to Adobe. The holiday shopping weekend looked a bit different this year due to the coronavirus pandemic, you think? Many stores opted to skip the traditional opening on Thanksgiving night leading up to the big day, instead rolling out some of their best sales online for the past few weeks. In total for the holiday shopping season, Adobe predicts U.S. online spending will hit $184 billion, a 30% increase over last year. Here's where they're actually benefiting from the whole COVID lockdown stuff, because people are still going to buy what they, going to, especially Christmas stuff. And so it makes perfect sense to me.
Hey,
That's
did
a
you
pretty.
know the
Go
next
ahead.
day, the day after Cyber Monday is Giving Tuesday? I didn't know that.
Yes, I knew that. I just found that out this year. I didn't know that before this year.
I just found that out just now after I read the ads. I always read these ads
Oh, okay. Yeah, they've
on
been
these
telling me about Giving Tuesday even 3 or 4 days before it happened. Because I tend to give to a lot of Christian, well, not a lot, to some Christian charities. So I've been getting stuff, the mail and an email and all that stuff. Oh, in case anybody's wondering what you're seeing rolling around behind me today, this is a tour of Manhattan. And I mean, it's like a couple of hours video going all over Manhattan. So some of it I recognize, some of it I don't, because I used to work in Manhattan. And I just thought it was a cool thing to put behind me, so I liked it.
Okay. So I'm just looking at this volunteer match thing that was what was being advertised on that article for Cyber Monday. And
Yeah, I saw. I didn't, because I give whenever I get paid. I didn't give on the Tuesday, but I did see that a lot of them were offering matching deals.
so, let's see. Ooh, looks like no volunteers are needed here in my town of Greenville.
Oh, they actually tell you who needs volunteers?
Yeah, it's called Volunteer Match. They
Okay.
just put in your zip code and you just see who needs the volunteers.
Now Greenville, and of course I did a couple of months in Addison back in the 90s.
Did I say
So
Greenville?
now
I meant Royce City.
what's the name of it?
Royce City.
Okay, now I know Addison, I know Carrollton. So where's Royce City compared to those? Oh, and I know what's the upper class town just by Addison. A lot of money in that town.
Good.
It's just north of Dallas, right next to Addison.
North Park.
If you say it, I'll know. Anyway, so where is your town? Huh?
McKinney?
No. Yeah, McKinney, I know where that is. So where is yours compared to where the ones I know, compared to Addison and Carrollton?
Yeah, mine is east.
Oh, you're further east. Okay, gotcha.
Okay,
I'm just being. Well, wait a minute. You're supposed to be showing us the wallet now.
Yeah. So hopefully, we get the vaccine. I'm planning to do some traveling. I sent to my passport, and I actually got my passport in time. I got my passport back, and I was thinking, I'm gonna get a stylish wallet.
I'm going to play with the display for a minute because I haven't tried making the one person bigger, so I'm going to see if I can make me bigger. How do I make you bigger? That's not easy.
That's good enough. You don't want to show too much of this, and then look at this. Look at this. And then we got this.
Oh, it's real. Is it real leather?
No, it's not real. I'm pretty sure this is cardboard on top of it, like.
Okay, it looks like real leather looking in the camera.
It looks real good. Then as soon as you bring it closer, and you can smell the polyurethane or whatever this.
Oh, okay.
Whew, it's a potent smell.
Well, how much did you pay for it?
$10.
Oh, well. Of course, my first thought was you get what you pay for. Here's a good comment. What you expect, Gary, okay?
Like, no. And like,
Gary,
here.
we were missing your insults.
Now, this won't survive a good trip. I got to give my muggers something worth stealing, if I ever do get pickpocketed. So I told them in China, give me the thing so I can send this back to you. They might try to barter. On AliExpress, they try to barter. Like, okay, how about we just give you $3?
Do they really? Do they really?
Yep. And I'm like,
I didn't know that.
Give me all of it. I need it.
So when the mugger complains, you'll just say you get what you pay for. Huh?
Take it up with China.
But now,
Okay.
now I need to figure out how to make you bigger. There's supposed to be a button to hit to make you bigger.
How do you make yourself bigger?
I hit this one.
Then you don't see the other one for you. I guess you can't then.
No, I've seen the StreamYard guys do it in your streams. I just never tried it.
No, Gary, I got it from AliExpress. By the way, thanks for coming in. And hi, Crisco. Nope, I got it from AliExpress on Singles Day.
Okay, now you said things. I heard plural, so are you going to just give us? I know you're going to make your videos, but are you going to show us what else you got for Singles Day?
They're coming in, dear. No, they're trickling in.
How they're dribbling in?
They're trickling in. But yeah, I also got like a trunk thing for the car that that's I just put in the.
A what?
Like a trunk. It's like a bag or sort of like a case thing that you can put in the trunk of your car.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So I got that. I forgot, like $7.
So it's not going to be cut off, is it? Because I don't want it to be truncated. I couldn't resist that. You know that.
And then I got some blackface. You know what? Why don't I put some on for this show?
Go for it.
Be back. Talk amongst yourselves.
Now, of course, he said blackface, and of course, I am so tempted to do some Al Jolson, but I won't. All right, Gary, it sounds like you might have some inspiration to make some comments here. Yo, Big House, good to see you, brother. Ted is going to get something. He's showing us a couple of things that he got from Singles Day on AliExpress. But he piqued my interest because what he went to get, he said, I got some blackface, and then he walked away. And I'm, of course, wondering what it is. Here he is.
What did I miss?
Big House just got in here. And I told Gary, based on what you said, he should have a good opportunity for some insults. So what did you go get? Show it to us.
Well, this is the Lambina Blackhead Remover Mask.
Blackhead Remover Mask. You said blackface. I'm like, what is he talking about? Are we doing Al Jolson here? Yeah.
Did I say that? My bad. I meant
Yes, you did.
Blackhead Remover. Although seeing it's from China, don't be surprised if it makes me a little bit lighter, though. So,
well, that's not exciting. The wallet was exciting.
What do you mean this is not exciting? This is very exciting.
Blackheads are not something I talk about a whole lot. Oh, he's unboxing right in front of us, folks. This is live.
Let's see. But yeah, we can also go to the next story. Italy hits Apple with the fine over water resistance. I think this has also happened in Australia once upon a time ago.
Okay, this is me, right? Yeah.
No, this is me.
Oh, this is you. Okay, I'm sharing now then. All right, this one is on 9 to 5 Mac. So whenever you're ready. If you want to finish with your box, we can do the YouTube.
Juan, we're all good with blackface removal, right?
There you go. That's right. See, Juan caught that.
I think that's the comment of the
I
night.
have so many bad puns I could make, but I'd get half of Black America ripping me to shreds, I'm sure.
Okay, so this is from Ben Lovejoy, reported November 30th. Now, Italian regulators have fined Apple $12 million.
Chump change for that. That's the first thing I thought of. Like, what kind of penalty is that?
Well, that's
go ahead.
That's an executive's bonus, so don't scoff at it now. Okay. And unfair claims about iPhone water resistance, the Italian antitrust authority found that Apple was guilty of two things, one of them more serious than the other. I mean, this guy can write an article. Ellipsis.
Yeah, as you get down into this, though, this makes sense.
The fine was imposed by La Autoridad garante della concorrenza
Okay.
e del mercato. Oh my gosh, the AGCM, which translates literally as the Guarantee Authority for Competition and the Market. This is the competition watchdog responsible for ensuring that companies treat both consumers and competitors fairly. That's a nice thing. Hey George, why don't we have it? Do we have a thing like that here in America?
We're supposed to. Don't get Juan started, okay?
That the
You're
consumers.
right. You're going right up Juan's alley with this.
Is that the better? We got the Better Business Bureau does that, right, for us?
Well, yeah, but that's not a national. They're all local.
Oh,
This is a national. We need a national one, which we're supposed to have. But go ahead.
let's see. First, it says Apple made water resistance claims without making it clear to consumers that these were only true in ideal laboratory conditions and phones had not passed the same test in real life conditions. The first concerns the marketing of a number of different iPhone models: the iPhone 8, 8 Plus, 10R, 10S, 10S Max, iPhone 11, 11 Pro, and the 11 Pro Max, in which it was claimed that each of the advertised products was water resistant to a maximum depth varying between 4 meters and 1 meter, depending on the model, for up to 30 minutes. According to the authority, however, the messages did not clarify that these claims were true only in the presence of specific conditions, for example, during specific and controlled laboratory tests with the use of static and pure water, and not in normal use of the devices by consumers.
And I agree with that. That's pretty misleading. So on that alone, they deserve the fine. But it gets better.
Second, and more seriously, Apple made iPhone water resistance claims in its marketing, but then refused warranty service on phones which suffered water damage. Yes, this was the same thing. This was in particular where Australia was having beef with
Okay,
iPhone.
same deal. Okay.
Furthermore, the disclaimer, the guarantee does not cover water damage caused by liquids, given the emphatic advertising boast of water resistance, was considered likely to deceive customers by not clarifying which type of guarantee it referred to, conventional guarantee or legal guarantee, nor is it deemed capable of adequately contextualizing the conditions and limitations of its claims of water resistance.
Now, if that's not the height of misleading hypocrisy, it does not cover damage caused by liquids. Is water a liquid, or did I miss something? Come on.
Now, the antitrust also considered it appropriate to take into account Apple's refusal in post-sales phase to honor warranties then when those iPhone models were damaged by water or other liquids, thus depriving consumers of the rights they should expect from the guarantee or in the consumer code.
I agree 100%.
Apple fits iPhones with internal indicators which show when there has been water ingress into the device. We all know it, right? It's that it's the paper that turns pink when it's exposed to moisture. It is Apple policy to deny warranty repair or replacement when this indicator is activated. This means buyers are told one thing when they buy the phone, but something else when they need after-sales service.
Absolutely.
One dirty thing about it, though, is, even when they need repairs done on the phone, which might have nothing to do with the, moisture or that, ingress protection sticker, they'll deny it for that thing just because of that thing when,
That's cold. That's really cold.
And, they may not have necessarily dropped the phone in water. It could have just been like moisture in the air that just found its way into the phone.
Yeah.
This means Apple has been fined 10 million euros and additionally ordered to publish a notice on its Italian website through a consumer protection of information link. This potentially opens the way for similar rulings in the other European countries and could conceivably lead to class action lawsuits in the US and elsewhere. Not that the issue has been highlighted. SETI BIT.
Go ahead.
SETI BIT notes that the ruling references 3 Apple ads. Apple tends to delete older ads from its YouTube channel, but the site archives its own copies, providing proof of the claims originally made.
So I think the whole thing is pretty misleading. And let me see what Juan said here. Yeah, the commercials make it seem like it can magically survive hurricanes and cakes. Let's see. And Big House is asking Juan a question. I might as well put it up there. He's looking for a best phone of the year from Juan.
No, he's asking
some gadget guy for anybody who doesn't know. And he answered him probably not. He didn't feel it was a phone of the year. Okay. That's what I love about Ron. He's straight up. There he goes. Okay.
Who's Ron? Oh, Big House.
Huh?
Never mind.
He's putting it on in front of us. Wait, let me get rid of this sharing. We got to see this live. There you go.
I don't know if I'm doing this right at all. Is there maybe Eleanor can help me? Is this how it goes?
Dude, I don't do this stuff. This is the value of being a really old guy. I don't have to worry about this stuff. Plus, my mind is going, Swanee, how I love you, how I love you. I can't help it.
I feel like this is becoming a dumpster fire. Anyway.
You're gonna get it on your earphones. Good thing they're black.
And good thing they were free and old. Okay. Anyway, but yeah, actually in Australia, there was an iPhone executive.
I didn't hear about Australia.
Yeah, there was.
Okay.
I think it was like 2 years ago. There was
Right.
There was even an iPhone executive who, he basically doing like a press stream or whatever, a publicity stream. He basically dunked the phone in glass, while he was advertising the phone, and this was used basically when this guy had to sue iPhone in Australia to get his phone, fixed or replaced because his phone got damaged through water.
So they're doing the same thing. Okay. All right, now I'm going to give you the comments related to what you're doing. So, all right.
As a black guy.
There's one. Wait, there's more. Okay. That's not how you put it on. How does he know that?
That's
Crisco 20.
How
does he know
shit.
that? Okay.
That's what's the time?
Big House thinks you're hilarious.
Okay.
Yeah, you blew Juan's mind. All he got was oh my. I think you just blew Juan's mind.
Hold on. I gotta charge my MacBook.
It was headed Vietnam ago. I totally agree. I remember when guys were coming back from Vietnam and a lot of them were pretty strange. I remember that. The Big House is LMAO. So, Ted, I guess you could say you're making the show entertaining. Oh, I love it. And this is where we talk among ourselves, right?
Ooh. Sorry about that, guys. I realized my MacBook wasn't plugged in, and I'm actually very proud of it.
Now with it on your fingers like that and being careful, you look like a woman who's just done her nails,
So apparently I wait 15 minutes and then it peels off.
Okay.
I don't know, guys. This really feels like it's one of those things that football players used to, Vietnam.
It does, yeah.
I do not see how this is going to peel off, but okay.
It may not be very appealing. Okay.
Shoe polish.
No, I love it. I love it.
Anyway, let's go to the next story.
Look at Big House. Ted's going to wake up with a horn growing. You're going to be a unicorn.
Crisco is saying, "Don't use your fingers." What do I use then? Was I supposed to use my palm or something?
Is there and maybe it has an applicator of some kind?
There was no applicator. Was I supposed to use my? This thing seems really like it was.
Here's the perfect comment from Gary. Absolutely perfect. And I'm old enough to remember Amos and Andy. So that was perfect.
Who are those? Who are those guys?
And Juan's comment. This became hollow. Oh, I love it.
Am I supposed to use my palms? Like, okay, it's starting to adhere, so I need to not touch my face now.
I think he needs lessons, folks. This, this is why in my generation, men just whatever falls apart, and we just handle it. We don't go out and start buying stuff to fix it.
This is why we always had those shows that says, "Look, love the person for who they are on the inside," because you wouldn't fall for the guy on the outside. Is that
And that
true?
makes perfect sense because I've been saying for years, but on my exercise, what I care about these days is the inside. Could care less about the outside.
Okay.
Okay, next story. This is I put this in here figuring you'd particularly like it.
I would love it. Yes.
You want to read it or do you want me to do it? Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Why is it flashing? Let me stop it and see if I can start it again.
So apparently I'm supposed to use, according to Crisco, I'm supposed to use an application tool. Or
I said, was there an applicator? That would have made sense.
There was no applicator. Okay, let's not pretend this all came in the box. Okay, this cost me like $1.50.
I guess. Oh, you said it was free.
$1.50. Yeah.
Well, for $1.50, you don't get an applicator, I guess.
Let's see. Let's look at the ingredients on this: water, polyvinyl alcohol, glycerol, propylene glycol, collagen, sea mud, hydropropanol alcohol butyl ester, and propylene glycol. Oh, and this is CI28440. It just occurred to me that this has not been approved by the FDA.
That probably is true.
All right, you got the story up?
Well, yeah, I had it up. I was letting you read all those.
Let's see. Gary, Ted is getting his feet done tomorrow. Yeah. Actually, Gary.
This is where I like being old. I don't do any of that stuff. I don't have my nails done. I don't get massages. I don't do any of that stuff.
I actually got my Dremel in, to fix my Xperia Z2, but I could use it on my feet. That's a good idea, Gary. I'll do my feet with the Dremel.
I've even known women who did their feet with Dremels. That's my watch.
Okay, now Reddit reveals.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm just going to say something to Verge. Okay.
Reddit reveals daily active user count for the first time. Oh, okay. And it's 52 million. 52 million daily active users. Small in comparison, but it's growing quickly, according to Jacob Krastinakis. Now, Reddit revealed that it now has 52 million daily users, and the number appears to be growing quickly. Reddit told Wall Street Journal that the daily usage grew 44% year over year for October, which is a sizable increase on a metric that speaks to just how essential a product it is to its users. Isn't that? Yeah, I would say it's an essential product. Yeah. Who would agree?
I would agree. One would agree, I'm sure.
Yeah, I was actually hoping for one to pipe that in the comments. The number is small compared to other social media rivals, though. Twitter has 187 million daily users. Snap has... did you know Snapchat has more daily users than Twitter?
Snap, not Snapchat. They're not the same thing, are they?
Wait, Snap makes Snapchat.
Okay.
They also make the spectacles. That's why they call themselves Snap now.
Okay.
They sell two different products. But still surprised. Snap has more users than Twitter.
I'm surprised at that too.
And Facebook has 1.82 billion users.
Yep.
But at their larger sizes, none of these services are seeing daily user usage grow as rapidly as Reddit. In their most recent quarters, Twitter reported a 29% year-over-year growth, Snap reported an 18%, and Facebook reported 12%. 12 too many as far as I'm concerned. Daily usage of Reddit is being shared for the first time as a more accurate reflection of our user growth and to be more in line with industry reporting, the company told Journal. It is true that social media companies tend to use their daily users as their preferred metric. Though Twitter, for instance, only switched away from reporting monthly users because that number was dipping while daily users was growing.
Makes
They
sense.
switched away from reporting monthly
Makes
users
sense. That's what I
because
would
that
do
number
too
was
if
dipping.
things were looking bad number wise.
The other reason for the change was to focus on a number that would better help to grow Reddit's advertising business. Reddit has focused on monthly usage in the past. This time last year, the company said it had 430 monthly users, with 30% year over year growth. The quick growth has come during a period that Reddit began to iterate more rapidly on its service. It rolled out a significant redesign in 2018, and this year it has added features like galleries and polls. The company has gotten more serious about cracking down on some of the more problematic communities hosted on its site, which would help make the service friendlier to both advertisers and users overall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that's very cool. Let's see. Okay.
Hold on, guys.
Big House said, "You're acting like this is normal." Okay.
Yeah.
Uh,
Hold on, guys. I gotta wash my hands. I'm dancing on a hot knife with my black hands.
yeah. And Gary says he heard the timer go off. I guess that was my watch. Oh, this has been a show, that's for sure. I'm going to piss myself when that mask doesn't. Let's hope his face doesn't come off with it. That's all. So, Juan, I would think you'd be happy with the Reddit growth. Let's see. Well, you got to say that Ted certainly gave us something to talk about tonight. That's for sure.
Okay, so they don't actually wash off easily, but elbow
I
grease,
wouldn't have
ladies
thought
and
so.
gentlemen. To be honest, too, I'm not sure though how Reddit is going. I think Reddit. I have noticed. I think my only fear for Reddit growing like this now is, what if they want to start, currently what I like about Reddit is, unlike Twitter, they don't like, do a big fuss on the third party apps
Right.
because,
Yeah, I was thinking you were going to say you don't want to turn into Twitter.
yeah. Where, but even before like Twitter had 30 party apps, they were like limiting like, tokens on who can use their apps to, access their software.
Right.
But now I'm concerned, I like for Android, I like to use Sync, and then, for iOS, I use Apollo. But if Reddit wants to push people to use their own official app now, I don't know. That might stop me from using that. It'll certainly affect,
Why, is
me.
their app that bad?
It's nowhere. It's not that it's bad. Well, actually, no. To be honest, I don't
Well,
know.
Juan's already answering the question. That's as straight up as
To
it
be
gets.
honest, I haven't used it in a year, but yeah, and it's the reason is because the other apps have had years, years to tune and refine their experience, and
Yeah, Big House has never gotten into it. The only reason I got into it was because of Ted and because of Juan.
Well, my face is getting stiff now. But yeah, speaking of, you had a few stories on the glowing rectangle subreddit. We can do that. We can do the plug after this story. Let's get to the next one.
See, okay.
But you got some stories on there.
I found this story to be really, really interesting, just because I would have never thought of Vietnam. But I'm going to share the screen. Yeah, okay, this one's on me. This is on CNET. And Facebook and Google complicit. Oh, wait, we're flashing again. Let me stop it. Last time I stopped it and started and it was okay. Let's see. Share again. Okay. Facebook and Google complicit in censorship and repression in Vietnam in this international system. Report social media platforms have become hunting grounds for state-sponsored trolls and censors. Yeah, it sounds like it's really bad there.
Mm.
Amnesty International has released a new report condemning tech giants as being complicit in censorship across Vietnam, with state-sponsored harassment rampant on YouTube and Facebook, the report said. The two social media platforms are tools of the Vietnamese authorities' censorship and harassment of its population, according to the human rights organization's 78-page report published Monday. Amnesty International said the two social media platforms have turned into hunting grounds for censors, military cyber troops, and state-sponsored trolls. It interviewed dozens of human rights activists, journalists, lawyers, writers, and former prisoners of conscience. Wow. As well as relying on info from Facebook and Google. Online censorship includes geo-blocking content that has been deemed to be critical of the Vietnamese government, Amnesty International said, also claiming that authorities are deploying sophisticated campaigns on these platforms to harass everyday users into silence and fear. That's pretty bad. According to the investigation, there are currently 170 prisoners of conscience being held in Vietnam, with 69 of those arrested due to their activity on social media. That activity included making posts critical of the nation's COVID-19 response or even sharing information about human rights, Amnesty International said. But they're arresting people about COVID-19 response all over the world. Authorities began focusing on peaceful online expression as an existential threat to the regime, said Minh Yu Ha, Amnesty International Deputy Regional Director for Campaigns. Instead of seeking to weaponize these platforms, the Vietnamese authorities should stop punishing people for simply exercising their right to freedom of expression. It sounds like they don't have the right to freedom of expression in Vietnam to me. Google and Facebook should be doing more to push back against censorship and state-sponsored trolls, Amnesty International said, instead of focusing on maintaining revenue in Vietnam by complying with pressure from the Vietnamese government. It comes after Facebook last month revealed a steep rise in agreeing to content restrictions, including content opposing the Communist Party and the government of Vietnam. Yeah, I don't see why Facebook would go along with that, but I guess it's money. Facebook said it has faced additional pressure from the Vietnamese government in recent months on what content should be restricted. We don't always see eye to eye with governments on issues like speech and expression, including Vietnam. But we work hard to defend this right around the world, a Facebook spokesperson told CNET in an email statement. We will do everything we can to ensure that our services remain available so
Full
people
stop.
can.
That was Nope. That was the sentence right there. Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry. We will do everything we can to ensure that services remain available so people can continue to express themselves. You lost me.
No, yeah. Actually, I cut you off too soon there.
Okay.
What he actually meant was we will do everything we can to ensure that our services remain available so we can continue to make money.
That's what. Well, I agree. I agree. Google and the Vietnamese government didn't immediately respond to a request for comment. Gee, what a surprise. Anyway, yeah, the fact that they're agreeing, it's like Facebook is agreeing with the government request. It sure sounds like it to me anyway.
Mm.
So I just thought that was a really interesting story. It sounds like they got some real crackdown going on over there.
Yep. And Facebook, essentially, and Google, via YouTube, are complicit. Huh.
Okay, I'm having a slight computer issue, so you talk among.
Okay, wow, he preempted that one. Good job, George. Nice one there. Ooh. So yeah, back in the day, my naive self would have thought that Google and Facebook probably have to toe a line, and play hands on with governments. Otherwise, they'll get booted out, and then a government would probably use their own tools and media to to further propaganda, and this time that they can fully control. But usually in these sort of situations where moralities and human lives are really go hand in hand, sometimes you just got to take a knee on this situation and just get out. And I think the last time I was really proud of a situation was when Google left China for freedom of expression and all that, until they started trying to worm their way back in with Dragonfly. Oh, you're back! Thank goodness.
I'm back. Yeah. Every once in a while, I don't know why, and I'm talking maybe once a month, one of my two screens will just go black, and I just have to unplug it in the back and plug it back in, and it's fine again. So I'm good.
That's good.
Oh, and for anybody who missed it, that long video you're seeing behind me, that's a big tour of Manhattan itself. So in some cases, I'm seeing streets where I used to work. There's
North Korea doesn't allow.
We're back to the beginning of the video. So we're back at Times Square.
North Korea doesn't allow anything big house. They don't allow personal property, let alone social media.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
No, he's saying North Korea. I'm sorry. Yeah, I didn't. But it sounds like Vietnam is just as bad, or doesn't it? Or am I missing something?
What happened in Vietnam? The Communist Party did win over there, but
companies will do whatever they need to make money in different companies, and that's the problem. I mean, you would think at some point some kind of moral obligation would, but I guess money talks, and that's it.
This thing has firmed up my face quite nicely, but I think it's actually I can take it off now. I just don't know how.
I can't help but laugh. Okay. I think you better wait till after the show. That's what I would do.
Okay. Well,
We don't want to sit here and watch you rip. Oh, I love that comment. Grace Jones, it's glasses. Yeah, but Grace Jones is a lot tougher than Ted.
I'm Googling Grace Jones.
I was thinking of the second Conan movie. She was one tough cookie in that. I remember that.
Oh, Grace Jones. Where did I see her from? In that Eddie Murphy movie.
Which Eddie Murphy? See, I always think of the Conan movie when I think of her in a movie.
At Boomerang.
Oh, Boomerang. Yeah, I saw Boomerang. I can't even remember.
All right, yeah.
All right, the next story is going to be for you. Oh, Crisco loves Grace Jones. Actually, I like Grace Jones too.
Everybody loves Grace Jones. Oh, okay, yeah, I figured it out.
Oh, you figured it out?
Yep.
Am I ready to share the next story or not?
Yeah, you're ready.
All right.
And by the way, I know I read the last story, George, just to be you technically.
Oh. All right, so who's reading this, you or me?
You, but if you want me to read it for whatever reason.
No, I'm good. This was on CNN Business.
Ted doesn't even. I just said Boomerang. What are you talking about, Crisco? What? The name eluded me. Okay, I needed to pick me up.
He's getting older too. Probably just from hanging around me.
But no, I actually saw her first in Conan the Barbarian.
Yeah, that's the first movie I saw her in. But I did see Boomerang. I just don't remember.
Conan the Barbarian 2.
2, yes, that's true.
I bet you'd even watch Conan.
And who else was that? The basketball player was in that.
Shaq?
No, much older than Shaq, but just as big.
Yeah, he was huge.
No, Will Chamberlain. Will Chamberlain, wasn't it? Yeah, it was Will Chamberlain. All right, on to the next story. CNN. Apple's global security chief and two members of sheriff's office indicted for alleged bribery. This is a story I hadn't seen anywhere else. Apple's global head of security and two members of the Santa Clara County Sheriff's Office have been indicted by a grand jury for allegedly requesting and offering bribes for concealed weapons licenses. Santa Clara County Undersheriff Rick Sung and Captain James Jensen managed to extract, I love that, a promise from Thomas Moyer, Apple's chief security officer, that the company would donate iPads to the sheriff's office in exchange for 4 firearms licenses that were withheld from Apple employees, the Santa Clara County District Attorney's Office said in a statement Monday. The District Attorney's Office conducted a 2-year investigation in which it found that Sung and Jensen held up the licenses, refusing to release them until they got something of value. Yeah, I'd say that's straight up extortion.
That's extortion. Yep, textbook.
Yeah. Under Sheriff Sung and Captain Jensen treated CCW licenses as commodities and found willing buyers. Bribe seekers should be reported to the District Attorney's Office, not rewarded with compliance, District Attorney Jeff Rosen said. Moyer allegedly offered to donate hundreds of Apple products to the sheriff's office in exchange for the concealed gun licenses. That's not how it's supposed to work. The promised donation of 200 iPads worth close to $70,000 was scuttled at the 11th hour. Good for them. Just after August 2nd, 2019, when Sung and Moyer learned of the search warrant that the District Attorney's Office executed at the Sheriff's Office, seizing all its CCW license rates. Good for them. Tom, yeah, here comes the pitch. Tom is a hardworking, decent man with a long history of service to his community and his country, Swanson said in a statement provided to CNN Business. And that very well may be true, but what has that got to do with now he's doing extortion? A U.S. Navy veteran who served his country during Desert Storm, Tom received a law degree and is a well-respected attorney. Not anymore, I'll bet you. Tom has worked at Apple for 14 years, where he is now its head of global security. His entire professional career has been founded on the belief that a good leader models ethics, well, he's blown that, and integrity, and he does not deserve to have his good name tarnished by these baseless charges, except that the District Attorney's Office seized. Okay, never mind. Apple said it investigated the allegations and found no wrongdoing. Okay, they probably do this every day, paying somebody off. We expect all of our employees to conduct themselves with integrity, Apple spokesman Josh Rosenstock said in a statement. After learning of the allegations, we conducted a thorough internal investigation and found no wrongdoing. Chuck Smith, Sung's attorney, said he intends to fight the charges. My client has been a dedicated public servant who has served his community with the highest standard of integrity and professionalism. We believe he will be exonerated of all these charges. This is always my problem with this type of story. So he's been a dedicated public servant who has served his. What has that got to do with him doing extortion today? Nothing. Nothing.
Well, it shows a good character.
Yeah, in the past. This is a difficult time for our organization. However, our goal remains to provide the highest level of public safety to the residents of Santa Clara, then give them their gun permits. The hundreds of men and women who represent the Sheriff's Office will continue to serve our community with compassion, honesty, and integrity. A lawyer for Jensen did not immediately respond to requests for comment. The defendants will be arraigned on January 11th. It just, you can tell me all the great stuff these guys have done in the past, but if the DA's office has the hard evidence, but it sure sounds like they do, what has that got to do with anything? Nothing, in my opinion.
Let's see.
So
put up Paul's comment. Put up Paul's comment. That's always the gold one.
Yeah, exactly, one. Exactly. They found no wrongdoing.
Yep. It all went according to plan.
Yeah, $70,000 on iPads. There's no bribe here, no extortion going on here, no wrongdoing whatsoever.
Mm.
You almost got it off. Now
Yeah.
you look like the freckled kid from down the block.
Ah. I just came back from the Apocalypse Now set. I love
There
the
you
smell
go.
of napalm in the
There you
morning.
go.
But to me, no, yeah, activities like this I hear are like so common in like day-to-day tasks. So like,
Yeah,
to
but
me, it's just like
I don't know
it's
about
just
you, but
normal. To me,
I
it's just like
love it when they get caught.
to me,
Don't you like it when they get caught?
I assume it's like, oh, was that something wrong? Like it's so commonplace for me.
Exactly. And that's
Like the
our
last
politicians too. They have the same attitude.
like the last time I had this much of a surprise was when Felicity Fawcett, we were like, your people were paying or bribing their kids or scamming their kids into like universities, and we all thought that was like,
That's right.
that's
That's
how
right.
rich people do it. I thought
Yeah.
we didn't know it was actually illegal
And
because nobody
back at
said
the time
anything.
when those stories were out, it sounded like a lot of those parents really thought that what they were doing was just fine. This is how it's done.
Yeah, but according, if you read the article, what they did was they were properly scamming, lying about addresses, falsifying records. When the legit way is, you just give $1 million grant, and then they'll consider your
Exactly.
child in. Apparently, that's the way.
Exactly.
That's how it's supposed to
Nothing
go.
wrong
Okay,
with
well,
that either.
not.
No wrongdoing. Nothing to see here.
So in this case,
Anyway, I just love.
I
I
think
just love that they got caught.
I think the proper way was Apple was supposed to give a grant to the sheriff department, and then they would have seen.
They gave
Then,
them $70,000 on iPads.
well, why do they need concealed permits? Is it for the offices in Apple
That
or
struck me funny too. I don't know, but obviously the security chief thought they needed those permits. So maybe it's to actually protect somebody. You're just going about it the wrong way. Anyway, ready? Next story. Share screen. Okay, this goes in.
Look at that! Even with masks, facial recognition got better. You know what I should have
Yeah,
done?
so you could have left that stuff. You could have left that stuff on your face, and your facial recognition would have been fine.
I should have tested to see if my iPhone would have still recognized me.
Exactly.
All
right, you want to read this one?
But yeah, Big House has a big point. Yeah, George, imagine how many times they got away with it before they got caught.
Yes, and I totally agree with you, Big House. But my attitude is still, whenever they get caught, I like it. That's just me.
I like it like that.
Exactly. That's the way. I like it. That's what you're supposed to say. All right, you want to read this one? Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
A study of facial recognition is getting better at making matches around face masks. A study of 65 face recognition algorithms on masked photos found that they were as good as the top performers in 2017 with no masks. Okay. Scientists agree that face masks are here to stay, and research finds that facial recognition technology is starting to catch up. Since the start of the pandemic, facial recognition providers have been working to get around the coverings, and they've marginally gotten better. Results from the U.S. government study shows the U.S. National Institute of Standards and Technology, or NIST, considered the leading authority of facial recognition accuracy rates. And it's been conducting a series of studies on how face mask affects the technology since May 1st. The initial results published in July and August show that masks were thwarting facial recognition algorithms and increasing error rates by up to 99% in some cases. The error rates increased for algorithm once researchers added masks to the test photos, even for facial recognition that was designed specifically for the coverings. The latest results published 2 days show that facial recognition has gotten significantly better at making one-to-one matches, even when people are wearing masks. The study looked at 65 algorithms submitted after face masks became required in several countries and tested on 6.2 million photos. The error rates are still higher once a mask is factored in, jumping from 0.3% without masks to about 5% with masks. Still, the NIST study there was a notable reduction in error rates compared to algorithms submitted before the pandemic. In some cases, face recognition algorithms became 10 times better at making matches than their pre-pandemic versions. Wow. The current performance of face recognition with face masks is comparable to the state of the art on unmasked images in mid-2017. Face recognition developers have been training their algorithms to detect identities despite masks being used using social media photos of people in masks, digitally adding masks to photos, and asking their own staffers to send in mask images and buying photo sets. They're able to make matches even when 70% of your face is covered by picking recognizable points on your nose and eyes. In September, NEC, one of the world's largest face recognition providers, said it developed an algorithm specifically for face masks by focusing on the position, shape, and size of a person's eyes and nose. NIST's findings don't mean that facial recognition industry has completely figured out face coverings. For starters, the agency only tested for one-to-one matches where they already have a photo of the person and looked to see if it matched the same photo but with a mask digitally added. One-to-many algorithms would test facial recognition's capabilities to match people against a group of images rather than the same photo. Because the masks are also digitally added, it gives perfect conditions that real masks with different texture, colors, and shapes wouldn't have. So the study used the exact same color for its masks in each test, but noted that masks in black and red are better at thwarting facial recognition than masks in blue and white. Yeah, huh.
Interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, interesting thing. Crisco. In the real world, images would be less than perfect because of issues with lighting and angle and image quality. The study also didn't factor in race and gender in its test photos. Facial recognition is known to have a higher error rates for women of color, but NIST's tests haven't separated its results by demographics. So we deferred tabulating accuracy for different demographics until more capable mask-enabled algorithms have been submitted to the facial recognition vendor test.
So when I was reading the article the other day, the first half, then I got to, okay, so they use nothing but photographs. So
of most likely white men, yeah.
Yeah, with real people. I don't know how valid it is. And for one thing, like for me, most of the time the mask I wear is my mobile geyser mask. And when I breathe, it sucks in, and goes out when I let out. Now, I'm thinking that alone would mess up facial recognition. And right now, my iPhone 12 Pro doesn't let me through with a mask, period, no matter what. So it hasn't gotten better on that. So I just thought it was an interesting story, but I think the fact that they're only using photographs is probably skewing.
Definitely is skewing.
Yeah, supposed results. So, all right, I've got one more story. I know you're all saying, one more story, give me just, okay.
That sounds interesting.
All right, this is Tech News World. New internet protocol aims to give users control of their digital identities. Oh, I forgot to look at the...
Hey, Crisco, if you're interested in seeing that story, you go into the Mobile Geezer's description box and you can click the show notes. It's the second to last story.
Yep.
It's in the description, right? Yeah, let me check it. Double check.
It's in the description. Yeah, it should be in there.
Show there. That's where it says show notes.
Okay, I just thought this might give us a little hope. New Internet Protocol aims to give users control of their digital identities. The company, oh, no, I missed something here. No, I didn't. The ACT company, I guess it's @, that's the name of the company, wants to give you a more secure and human-centric internet built on providing you with true ownership and control of your personal data. The goal is, to that end, the company on October 27th launched an app built on its new privacy protocol. This new standard will attempt to change how online vendors and companies wheel and deal with the personal information of billions of internet users. Yes, they do. The goal is to take control of your user information from others and give it back to you. Every bit of personal information online is acquired, stored, organized, and used to sell to, track, and even profile everyone on the planet, including you, according to Barbara Talent, co-founder and CEO of the company. To kick off the new data revolution, her company released 2 flagship applications built on the protocol. A third app is scheduled for release soon. These apps provide a more secure personal data service, noted Talent. Once downloaded, these applications can only be unlocked by a personal online identifier known as an @. The @ protocol allows for true peer-to-peer online interaction that is completely secure and ultimately customizable. I like that. It's customizable. Your data never enters our servers or anyone else's, only your server, because the protocol simply connects the 2 devices and validates that they are who they say they are. I like that. From there, that data is transferred directly to the other person without a middleman. Sign of better protection, maybe. This new protocol could be an ideal security improvement for non-business users who lack their own IT service. It could even make using the internet safer for users' personal data when working from home. That would be good. We provide personal, reliable, and secure service for all activated signs for free, and will continue to do so. We do expect others to offer them as well, and there may be some charges for heavy usage customers at some point, Talent told Tech News World. The @ protocol is designed for individual users as well as companies. A number of systems integrators will help companies to implement the protocol, as well as third-party developers who will create enterprise-class solutions based on the protocol as an open source. I like open source. Reference implementation, she said. Registering your own @ is hassle-free, Talent noted. It's a simple process of picking a free or custom @ of your choice and then pairing it with one of the compliant apps on your mobile device. We only collect the minimum information needed to contact you, such as email or phone, but not your name and address. The free @ generator, we call it @Signomatic. In particular, it's actually fun to use, she explained. Perhaps a reach too far. The @ approach addresses privacy and places user data tied to the solution initially within the user's control. However, this is kind of like closing the barn door after the cows have escaped, according to Rob Enderle of the Enderle Group. Much of this data is already in the public domain, and methods to capture users' data remain both prevalent and very difficult to restrict, he told the News. I see his point, though, because, yeah, they've already got a lot of our data, if not everything. What might work, Enderle said, is restructuring the internet to default to @, force the elimination of data capture methods outside of this solution, and force the deletion of records that did not comply. In that case, you might be able to provide the security level that @ potentially could provide. Yeah, good idea, but are these companies going to just voluntarily stop, erase that information? I don't think so.
Well, in California, they have to. If you don't use something if you don't, use their service for more than 12 months, they have to delete it.
Okay. Well, in that 12 months, they're going to like a lot of billions off you, is my guess. Anyway, I like this guy's idea, but accomplishing those other steps at this time internationally seems impossible, however, I agree. Do not get utterly wrong, he continued. If broadly adopted, @sign would make people safer, but it will not perform optimally unless the process becomes the only process for gathering and protecting user data, and damage done from past bad practices is destroyed with prejudice, he clarified. Good point. No cost, low cost entry. @signs are available at no cost. Personalized @signs are available for purchase. The actual cost, however, is unclear. The cost of an app is completely up to the app developer, according to Talent. Meanwhile, her company is working to create new sources of income that encourages trust and privacy. The initial 3 apps that we are announcing are free. The auto-generated @signs are free too. The only thing we charge is for a vanity @sign, like getting your first name, last name, she clarified. Sign unwrapped. An @sign is similar to a username with one critical distinction. Instead of using the protocol to access online services use your @sign to access your information without seeing it or storing it. Good idea. Your personal @sign is a gatekeeper to your data. The protocol only allows its use based on your terms. Traditionally, user data is stored on servers around the globe that are wholly owned by companies. Instead, the protocol stores your encrypted data on your own server, accessible only to you. The key to your own server is stored on your phone or tablet or whatever personal device is most safe so it can be accessed by you. The @sign even enables you to control who can access your data, for how long, and what it can be used for. I like it. I went too far. We understand that even the most perfect data sharing protocol in the world is not useful without the right IRL in real life applications, said Talent. This is why we have worked with some of the most creative and innovative app developers in the game to build 3 core applications that showcase just how powerful the @sign protocol can be. More @sign applications will launch later. This is just the beginning, she promised. As the @sign community grows, so too will our community of applications. Meet the apps. @persona. Let users curate a public profile, safely store important personally identifying information like your contact information, location data, social media profiles, and more. When a company or individual seeks to gain access to your personally held data, the app prevents them from getting anything you do not wish them to have. @buzz rebuilds the way users organize contacts and groups through peer-to-peer communication in a drastically simplified process. Every time you make a change to your profile, be it a new email address, phone number, mailing address, etc., all approved contacts will receive that information automatically. That is very cool. Atmosphere, I like that. That's a cool name. Enables completely encrypted peer-to-peer file sharing over the internet in real time. The sign's inherent security provides the framework for transferring sensitive information across any mobile device, regardless of location, without fear of interception. Data is never stored on a server in the cloud. It goes directly to the recipient safely and instantly. Talent expects a number of simple P2P utility applications to come first. Our company is working with over a dozen third-party developers on a wide range of apps. The main focus is new fun experiences from these apps. New app ecosystem. The third-party apps are easy to develop with Google's Flutter SDK toolkit, according to Talent. Her company currently operates the app service and will continue to do so. But we do see other players offering that service over time as demand peaks. Developers have about 30% less coding to do with the app protocol, partly because they do not need to set up user data. That's a good idea. Developers can also create P2P apps with some real creativity, Talent noted about third-party apps some developers already have in the works. Attestations are also something on which our company is focused to encourage a trust-based ecosystem so people do not have to share their confidential information with everyone. Users can get an attestation from a reliable third party that can attest you are who you say you are, or any other attestment, or perhaps your age or credit score, Talent explained. Creating a new security approach. One of Talent's goals is to create a new security layer for internet transmissions. She believes that systems like email that expose an underlying unique identifier and no ability for a person to control access to it will over time be enhanced or replaced. Such a transition will be gradual at first, but is inevitable as people understand the value of privacy and control the AT protocol provides. The protocol enables peer-to-peer interactions. The company will eventually certify apps to ensure compliance. Things like company email accounts can be incorporated as well without any charge. That's good. I can share one email with one group of people and another email with a different group of people and keep everyone up to date with any changes that may come about. Once an email address is shared, it is in the wild, and at the moment will still have the inherent problems that result. Compliance factor. The AT protocol has compliance to privacy regulations such as GDPR, good CCPA built in. It addresses privacy at the protocol layer versus the application layer. This is a benefit to companies and to developers who no longer have to shoulder the burden of compliance, according to Talent. When using the AT protocol, they do not own customer data. The customer does. I think all of this is a really good idea. I know it's going to be slow, but if they can get this kind of stuff working, I think we'd all be a lot better off, don't you?
Yeah. So I was actually, you want to share the screen a bit? I was actually looking into securing my call sign on there from the AT company. It's right there. I'm sharing it.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
Get some security.
You just got way ahead of me, didn't you? I'm trying to add it. There we go. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, for my call sign, you know, I like to use that one. Boom. It's $100. $100. And if I want to make it cheaper, I gotta add like a special cat. No, they don't like exclamations.
Okay.
A star. No star. What do you want from me? Parentheses? They tell me to add a special character, but they don't want any of those.
Well, based on tonight's show, they probably already know you're a special character.
Oh, maybe I have to add an. Oh, they want me to add an emoji.
Okay.
To get it cheaper.
Well, at least we're getting real world experience on this one.
Okay, it's still 100.
Okay, Cisco liked the story.
But you can also just they can also give you one, you know, a sign-o-matic one.
Yeah, if you sign it automatically, it doesn't cost you anything.
Yeah, it doesn't cost you anything. So,
right.
Boom, rebooting flux capacitor, compute.
Flux capacitor, I like it.
70, comfortable 77. Yeah, that's it.
I guess you just look comfortable.
And this skin, especially.
How did you're sharing this? Yeah. Oh, let me remove. Okay.
Yeah, thanks. Boom. Boom. All right.
All right. Are we going to glowing rectangles?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Can we bring
whenever you're ready.
Although if Juan is here, maybe he can, you know, do the plug. You hear, Juan?
Juan, are you still here?
There you go. Plug in your Reddit, please.
Of course, your fashion demonstration may have driven him away. You know that.
That's okay. I'll plug it in today. He will do. Not yet. Stop.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Not my Reddit homepage.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh, did it have your information there?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I'm good.
Oh, yeah, look.
Glad we caught it.
Yeah.
Now we ready?
Hey, you wanna jump in, Juan? That's all right, Juan. So
He's still
today,
he said.
it's all right. Let's see. So today, we encourage our viewers to go check out. If you don't have a Reddit account, go make one. but you don't have to. But if you want to post
It's
stuff,
very
yeah,
easy to make one. Based
it
on
is.
10 and 1, I made one for myself. It's real easy.
Yeah. So if you just want to go check out the Reddit, the our glowing rectangle subreddit, you can at reddit.com/r/glowing rectangles. And again, you don't have to be a member of Reddit to see all the stories and videos that are uploaded. And the
Now
beautiful
explain to them again what glowing rectangles is all about
glowing
and who
rectangle.
started it.
Well, yes, you can see Tech Odyssey started it. That's the brilliant man, brilliant lawyer holding the iPhone mini over there. And he started it so that, YouTubers who are interested in tech can go and put forth the videos that should be shared and that they believe should be shared with other users. Now, it's not just for small creators, it's for any video that you think is of interest. And the real creator of the subreddit, Juan Carlos Bagnell, aka Some Gadget Guy, aka Some Audio Guy, created this subreddit for that purpose. One great thing about this subreddit is if you would like to rely on a more peer-to-peer of videos recommended and not just on YouTube's algorithm, this is a very, very, very organic feed of relevant tech videos. So normally every day I like to tweet about the top story of the day, but I've seen some, because of this subreddit, YouTubers have seen a very healthy growth in their channel, which otherwise would have really been impossible. The YouTube algorithm likes to, favorite, YouTubers that are already big and just, continuously recommend their videos.
Now, Paul's never used it either. That surprises me. I would have thought Paul would have been all over that. Okay.
That is very interesting, Paul, considering your video actually gets recommended a few times. But let's see who the top video of the day is. By the way, was anything else I should add, Juan? No. But let's see. Top video of the day is from Mike Rye of of the Team Rye channel, and he is a classic sterling example of the glowing rectangles uplifting a fellow creator to getting 1,000 subscribers in under a year.
And a creator we all like and respect.
Yeah, great guy, and great videos too. So, I mean, he does do good work. That's another reason why he's getting those subscribers. And let's see, his video of transfers, photos, and videos from Nintendo Switch to smartphones got the highest upvotes today. 10 upvotes.
I saw that out there, and I never even got a chance to click on it.
And then number 2, we have Tech Alter on his other channel, the Friday Checkout, where he does a weekly Friday stories, where he talks this time about the Snapdragon 88. That got the second. This time, 5 upvotes. Who's also tied with Lisa Gade of Mobile Tech Review,
she's definitely not a small channel. Yeah. And she lives in the town that I said. What's the
Addison?
name of that? No,
Grapevine?
Right next to Addison. Huh?
McKinney? Grapevine? McKinney? What trying to say?
If you say it, I'll know it. But that's where she lives in any case. But yeah, she is definitely not a small YouTuber.
Richardson?
No, I know where that is. It's more upper class than Richardson. It's more upper class than Addison too.
And we have a lot of right now. 5 is they just upgraded. They just went up to 6 now. We have Joshua Vergara also talking about the Snapdragon 88, and
that makes sense.
Tech Odyssey talking about the iPhone.
Okay.
12 mini. Let me see if I can find you.
Who, me?
Actually, no, you didn't put out a video today, so you wouldn't have been on here.
No, I didn't. My last video was 2 days ago.
But look, we have Jerome, Phone Jerome.
There you go.
Looks like Phone Jerome put out a little snippet of his video of his live stream where he contemplates if it's true that Motorola will actually put a Snapdragon 888 chip.
Yeah, I saw that story today. I didn't get a chance to read it, but that surprised me because that tells me the next Motorola phone is going to cost some bucks, wouldn't you think?
Well, there already is an expensive. It's the Motorola Edge Plus.
Right.
That costs $1,000. But he's talking about a Motorola G. Yeah.
Yeah, that surprised me. It was a Moto G. Yeah.
Oh, look. And we have our very own Mike. He submitted a video 23 hours ago with his HP Envy M7. Huh? What's that?
Okay.
And then oh, I guess you're not on here. Put out more videos. Put out some more videos, George, so you can be on here.
I do work 3 days a week too, you know.
You can't
exercise 5 days a week now. I backed my exercise down from 6 days to 5 days.
Let's see what's the top video. I usually like to leave Juan to do the top video of the week when he does his Some Gadget Guy podcast on Mondays.
Monday.
Yep. And so far it's looking like 13. It might be Tech Alter of the Friday checkout.
Okay.
But yes, the glowing rectangle subreddit. r/glowing rectangles, which you can find on reddit.com. Again, you don't have to be a member of Reddit to just go peruse the stories if you're just curious about, some grassroots tech videos. But if you are a member, or you can easily sign up to be a member so you can, comment on a video, or more importantly, share a video that you thought was great on YouTube. It is very, very hard to find, a small YouTuber that does text, even if you wanted to go and look for it. Very hard. So this is where you can share it.
Cool.
Yeah.
I think you do a good job of explaining it too.
Yeah. Ooh. Speaking of, I think Mike, he did another video 3 days ago where he played Doom on Stadia on his Pixel 4a.
Okay.
And I just realized, where is my Stadia controller? I think this is my last weekend that I can play with my Stadia Pro account before I lose my games.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, so I need to go try out some games, enjoy it one last time. I don't know if I'm going to even have time this weekend, though, because I have a boat ton of videos I have to edit and shoot. And I have to watch The Mandalorian, maybe tonight. And I have to...
watch what?
The Mandalorian.
Oh, The Mandalorian.
Yeah, I'm 2 episodes behind. Apparently, they've been really good. And I got these cybersecurity questions. Oh, I don't know. So much to do this weekend. Oh, look at this. We got Mike and Drew. Is that why they weren't here? Because they were gallivanting together.
Which one lives in England? Isn't it Mike Fry?
No, I'm talking about these two.
Oh, Mike and Will. Yes? No, you're confusing me again.
Like, there's Mike. That's why he's not on he didn't come tonight. He was partying with Jerome. Busted.
You're the sheriff now, huh? Live streaming sheriff.
Ooh, also today, that was yesterday, TK Bay brought out 10 things to do with when you get a Sony Xperia 5 Mark II, which just became available to buy from B&H Photo today. So,
okay.
So if you were thinking about buying that phone, give.
Oh, I didn't realize it was just coming out today. Okay.
Yeah, it was released how many months ago?
No. A while ago.
No, it wasn't released. I don't know what it was exactly. It was announced months ago.
Announced.
Yeah, it was announced. But it's available for US people to buy.
Okay.
I have half a mind to just buy it and return it, just because I said I was gonna buy it,
Yes,
but
you did.
they didn't. They took so long. I can't buy and keep. Well, if it's so good, I will keep it. When you enjoy a phone past longer the period than you intended, and then it's past return date, so now you just keep it.
Yeah, I was going to say, that sounds like one you're going to end up keeping to me.
Yeah, I think that's what happened with the iPhone 10 Pro. Then I changed my mind and ended up selling it. All right, all right. All right. Oh, hold on. We got some
I
questions.
guess we're done.
Okay, so Paul has a question. He's saying, how does a video show up on the Reddit feed? Well, every day YouTube watchers who they share the video. Anybody can share a video on the subreddit.
So anybody can share it too there, is what you're saying.
Anybody, even you. You. Let me show a clean finger at you. So yes, Paul, you can even share your own videos. And while you're there sharing videos, which is good, it increases your karma points. You can also upvote other videos that you find interesting or whatnot. Let me see what my karma points looking
I was
like.
going to say, what are karma points?
Your karma on Reddit, you have this thing called karma,
I know
and
what my karma is. I just didn't know I had points.
so on. What is? Hey, what is this? I clicked on my. Let me show you by clicking on my profile, and I'll show you exactly. So on karma, on Reddit, karma is let's say you. So my karma is 54,000 right here. You cannot.
Okay.
Oh, my bad. You can't see that. Let's see if I can
Yeah,
supersize it.
what were you hitting to enlarge it?
Control and then the mouse wheel.
Okay.
And if you can squint, you'll see it. My karma is 54,535, and you get karma when you basically participate in good faith on Reddit. Well, if people like what you say or they agree what you say, they will give you an upvote. And upvote
Okay.
in general, adds to your karma. If people don't agree with what you say, they don't like it, or it's in bad faith, then they downvote you, and those take away from your
Okay, that
karma.
makes sense. That
Yeah.
makes perfect sense.
Uh, I am not the most, to be honest, I'm not the most active person on Reddit. I usually just work and consume, but luckily for me, I've had a few posts that got, viral. So
Okay, good.
that got me lots of upvotes. And also
Cool.
thanks to, what's it called? IFTT. I just use those, I use that to, automatically generate videos to the glowing rectangle subreddit. I use that on you, George, for one.
Oh,
So
oh,
that automatic.
you submitted me there already?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah, whatever video that you upload automatically gets put on to the glowing rectangles.
Well, thank you very much.
That way, there's always a fresh stream of videos to be recommended.
So an old fart like me could still be fresh. Huh? Okay, not bad.
No.
Yeah, I
The,
know what you mean.
the subreddit is fresh.
Okay. Hey, I was just singing a song to myself. He's fresh, but now you ruined it. Okay.
If you were fresh, George, I could find you.
I've had a
on,
few. I've had a few women over the years say I was fresh. I don't know. Most Reddits frown on self promotion. We're good with you sharing your own stuff on GR, but don't be stingy with sharing upvotes. Okay.
oh yeah. So for example, let's share some stuff. Oh, let's see.
Actually, that's the kind of thing like when somebody puts out a tweet and then they like their own tweet. That always bothers me.
Let's see. So yeah, while I'm here,
Somebody else like your tweet.
let's see. It looks like some gadget guy just put out a review of the OnePlus 8T. While I agree with the review, I am not quite happy with the length it took to get it out. So that's a downvote. I'm kidding.
Ooh,
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Here's the upvote.
you get this one, we get a hard note here, man.
And then yeah, let me upvote that, and let me upvote that, and a street review of the Fuji. Oh, I wish I could double upvote.
Yeah, I was going to say that's you're right up your alley.
Let's see. Ooh, entrepreneur. How does your customer see you? I'm gonna upvote that, and I wish I was aware I can just quickly. You see, on the Reddit site, there's no way to just quickly save something for later. You have to click in it, then you have to like type into a bot to say,
Okay.
remind me later. Where if you had the custom third-party app, you can just like swipe right and it'll save it
At
for you.
least you've got to remind me later, which is good.
But yeah, that's the glowing rectangle subreddit, folks. And
You did a
thanks.
good job. That's the best you've explained it yet so far. Yeah. All right. Well, I guess we're done for tonight. And next week, Ted, we're on you, right?
Yeah, I guess I am.
Okay. All right. Because Mike said he wouldn't be back for a couple of weeks. So.
What? How do you say you're back and then you go missing?
Well, he's doing his best, so I can't knock it. Anyway, so next week we'll be on Friday Night
Yes.
Tech Talk on TED Talks, and thanks to everybody for coming by. Thanks for putting up with Ted's facial show.
Hey, my
Which I
face
thought was
feels
hilarious.
Face feels beautiful. I just need to
Well,
be
yeah, I was gonna
hydrated
say,
now.
you better be younger looking and better looking at this point after all we put up with from you.
I just feels like I need some hydration now, some moisturizer.
And Paul is thanking you for the info about glowing rectangles.
No problem, Paul. Of course, of course.
Thanks, Juan. Very, very nice of you to say, sir. All right, so folks, we will be back next week. I hope that everybody has a very, very blessed weekend, and we'll see you next week.
Yep.
Well, I guess we'll see if you follow TED Talks, which you should if you subscribe. You'll see him on Tuesday.
No, not Tuesday. I'm not doing. No, I've put the show on hiatus for the rest of the year.
Oh, well, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Never mind. Wait. Let me do my Emily with it. Never mind. Okay.
Friday, guys. I'll see you Friday.
All right, guys.
In the meantime, stay safe, stay indoors, stay masked. Mask, not this sort of mask, by the way. That's not what I'm referring to. You know what I mean.
And I will stay fresh.